Hey everybody, what is going on, and welcome back to the shack. Today's video is going to be a quick update on what I've been up to recently in the spider room. Okay guys, so like I said, you probably recognise this backdrop from the start of some of my other videos. So let's have a look what we've got going on. So in here is a bioactive naturalistic enclosure for one of my curly hair tarantulas. Not too sure where it is actually. I think it's over the back. You can just see her bum over there. So yeah, it's got a live plant in there, some cork bark. I did put a drainage layer in because I initially set this up for a different species. I didn't intend for the curly hair to go in there. They obviously don't need a drainage layer because they don't require that amount of moisture. So moving on, we've got my Davus pentaloris, Guatemalan tiger rump, or Costa Rican tiger rump. Down in here, you can't really see, it's a bit dark, but there's a T. vagans, ex brachypelma. And we've got another curly hair in there. Above the curly hair we've got a fresh molted Mexican fireleg, brachypelma bayame. Then in here, hiding down in its burrow most probably, is a Brazilian blue, P. sazame, and then above we've got an unsexed Nandu chromatus. I forgot to mention the P. sazame is unsexed, but all these others, the other 5 that I mentioned, are all sexed females. So 2 curly hair tarantulas, 1 Davus pentaloris, 1 T. vagans, and 1 fireleg. So moving up to the middle shelf, we've got another female Brachypelma albiceps. You can just see her over the back there. So another sexed female. Then we've got a few slings here that have spilled out from the above shelf, and they're sitting on top of my M. balfouri communal. There's about 8 individuals in here. I started them off in here as 2.5-inch slings, and I've yet to rehouse them, so I'm hoping we've still got 8 in there. But I would imagine in a future video we'll be seeing a rehousing of the M. balfouri communal. Moving on, one of my many Chromatopelma cyanopubescens, green bottle blue. This again is a sexed female. She's still showing her juvenile colours just. I would say her next molt she will most probably start displaying some of the adult colours, and you probably won't recognise any of the sling patterning that they have. So I did have an adult female in here before. Unfortunately she had a bad molt. I tried to intervene and save her, but it was too late. So I was completely gutted on that. But I'll put a card to the video where I built this tank and introduced her in if you would like to have a look at her. So moving up to the top shelf, there's probably a few too many up here to go through all of them. But let's start over here. So we've got Pacilophyria regalis ×2. Then we have got what's that one in there? That is a golden blue leg baboon. So Harpactria pulchripes. Then we've got a couple of homoris, Brachypelma homoris. Another Pacilophyria. Heteroscortia maculata. Orange tree spider. Silicomorus gigas. In here we've got a relatively big OBT who's going to be up for rehouse very soon. You can see the legs there. As you can see from the size of the abdomen, well overdue a rehousing. Excuse me. Now I believe this one is male, and the only reason for this is I bought 4 slings at the same time from the same egg sac. 2 have grown really quickly and 2 of them still quite small, so I'm guessing that the ones that are maturing quickly will be male and the 2 that mature slower will be female. Excuse me. In here we've got a P Metallica. You can just about see the legs there. We've got a blue fang in there, 1 of 2. I've got more over the back. Singapore blue in here. Yeah, as you can see, there's quite a few. We've got OBTs, Albiceps, another OBT, Phonopelma, pokies over the back, a few baboons up there, a couple more Harpactria pulchrops. Excuse me. Mexican bloodleg, Phonopelma bicoloratum. So that's pretty much where my collection started. But like I said earlier, I've been busy sorting out some more space. So what I've done, I've added some new shelves into the spider room, or the bedroom should I say. So not only have I got these shelves here, but I've recently added these shelves over here and this unit. Now it's a little bit disjointed at the moment because, as you can see, I've got some of my wife's stuff, some of my kids' stuff, and random stuff above taking up space. But obviously when it starts to fill up, it will be dedicated to tarantulas. Now one cool thing I do like about the setup, the lights that I got from Amazon. Obviously I put them in this cupboard first because it was the first cupboard I had. I bought the same lights from Amazon to go in these cupboards here. There's 2 or 3 different sets of lights, but they all work on one controller. So at the push of a button, it changes both. Which I think is really cool. I think it gives the room real good ambience. If I turn our spotlights off, you get a real good ambient vibe off it. Makes it really nice in the evening when we're watching films. You can set the mood, different colours. I quite like the soft blue, aquamarine blue. But let's have a look what's going on over the new shelf. So starting on this little shelf here, we've got a female salmon pink, Lasiodora parahybana, just by its cork bark hide there. I unboxed her in a video a while ago. If I remember, I will add the card above. I was expecting her to be a lot bigger, so I put her in this decent sized tank, drainage layer, Bioactive. When she turned up she was a lot smaller, but I thought with their growth rate I may as well stick her in there, because before I know it she'll need a rehouse anyway, so I decided to just stick her in there. She seems like she's okay with the space. She doesn't seem stressed out. She just sticks to her little cork bark bit. Yeah, she's happy, so that's the main thing. So in here we've got, you probably can't see, Histocratus gigas, Cameroon red baboon, unsexed juvenile. Oh, and then behind, just scurrying away, it's either my male or female Brachypelma amelia. Now I bought a male and a female pair, and stupidly I didn't mark them up when I unboxed them. So that is either a male or a female Brachypelma amelia. Probably one of my favourite Brachypelmas, to be fair. Beautiful, the coloration and contrast between the orange and the black on the legs. It's just incredible. Absolutely stunning species. So moving up here, we've got an OBT. Now I know a lot of people say that they live terrestrially, some people say they're arboreal. Now I believe that they are semi-arboreal. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but here is the entrance to a burrow, and if you look up, we've got all these web structures and tunnels right up at the top. So from what I've seen from this species, most definitely semi-arboreal. In here we've got a Grammostola pulchripes. It's just scurried off into its hide. That's an unsexed juvenile. And then you can just catch a glimpse of some orange legs in there, which is the other male or female Brachypelma amelia. So that is them two shelves there. Up there are just some empty tanks that I'm waiting for some species to grow so I can put them in there. Moving down, these here again are empty tanks that I'm due to rehouse my Chromatopelma cyanopubescens, green bottle blue. So that is one of the enclosures there. Again, another, let's get it in the light, another enclosure there for my Chromatopelma cyanopubescens, and then a slightly bigger one that is for the OBT that you saw earlier. So my next video will be a rehousing of these three and possibly some more. Moving on, we have got my aggressive box of dirt, none other than the cobalt blue Cereopagopus lividum. Now this is the green femur or green form. If I'm honest, it doesn't look green. I'm not sure if that comes with a few more molts, but it's definitely very blue. But typical of this species, we've got the entrance to a burrow there, all the way down, and it literally just sits there. Every now and then, if I get up in the morning and flick the lights on quickly, I can sometimes catch her out. Sorry, this is a sexed female, and I've got the unboxing video on my channel as well, where she escaped and ran across my dining room table, which was interesting. I will add a card if you would like to go and see me rehousing her. So moving up, I've got two unsexed feather-legged baboons. I couldn't think what they were then. Stromatopelma calcetum. So yeah, both unsexed. You can see a molt there. I should actually pull that out and try and sex it, because most of the time they absolutely destroy what's left of their molt. These guys are quite a decent size, and I've still yet to sex either of them. I very rarely see them. The most I'll see, that one there, you'll just see the tips of the legs hanging out when someone is getting hungry. As soon as you touch the jar, the legs disappear and they're nowhere to be seen. But yeah, they're stunning creatures, but very reclusive. Up there is my springtails, and I think behind are my isopods. Moving on, we've got an unsexed juvenile Brachypelma homori. I think it's a male. I'm not sure why, but I just get the feeling it's male. Hopefully the next molt will be able to sex. Moving down is my angel of darkness. This is the Panther-beta smashala. She is very, very aggressive, or shall I say defensive. But yeah, you've only got to open the door and she will be up, fangs out, ready to pounce. But again, absolutely beautiful. She's really started showing the red highlights with her last molt. Before she molted, the carapace was nice and patterned and red, but the legs were just very brown. Even under the light they just look a dead brown, but you can see there the red highlights. Oh, got a bit of movement as well. Is that it? Is that all you're giving us? Look at them beautiful colours. I don't think she likes me talking about her. She's got embarrassed. As you can see, she's laying some web down, and I would imagine she's going back into a hole. As you can see, she's going into a hole, laying some fresh web lines. So she'll lay that web out and then sit in her hole and wait for an unsuspecting roach or cricket to come along, and then it's game over. Yeah, this enclosure used to look absolutely stunning, and I think she's buried under there all the way along, and she's killed the roots of the plant. And then last on this shelf is my zebra leg of Phonopelma somani, adult female. This is the newest addition to my collection. She's absolutely gorgeous, but she's got a bit of a bad temperament as well.